Okay, so we need to go and change some parts at Maranello today, so sun's out, let's go and have some fun. We'll show you how good she sounds now. Listen to this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Join me today in Ratarossa and we're heading over to Maranello to change the parts for the 308 project. Just so happens to be hitting that tunnel again. Let's try this. That sounds good. Anyway, we're in Ratarossa. We're heading on over to Maranello. I have no roof. It's starting to rain. I've kind of planned this one wrong. I've got a hat somewhere, but yeah, we're going to get wet, I think. Anyway, rain clouds look like they're just here. They're not that way, so fingers crossed we get away with it. Approaching Maranello now, which is good because the rain clouds seem to have gone. Oh look, another tunnel, hold on, check this out. This exhaust is mental, check it out, ready? Sounds good. So here's the other great thing about Mark and the guys over at Ferrari Maranello Classic Parts is that they let me have a look at, as you can see here, some 308 engine blocks, the gears. You can see the gear as well here that I had the problem with in my car. Part of the issue is I think I'm going to have to remove this cover and replace that inner bearing at some stage pretty soon, and I wanted to see how tough that job is going to be and how this thing goes together. So by getting this and looking at the block on the shelf at Maranello, you know, it's given me peace of mind that I can do this job myself. And also I got some advice from one of the guys there. They said you possibly might be able to do it in the car. If not, if the engine needs to come out, not a problem. So there you go. Great guys. Okay, so we're finally back over at 308. Today's plan is I am going to, it's a bit of just see how it goes really today, but in my head I'm thinking I'm going to change the outer bearing, the oil seal, turn everything over by hand, see how it all feels, get my gut feel on it really, put all the belts on. The long-term plan is the engine will come out. I will do all the inner bearings, everything like that, but I'm just going to see how it goes today. I can't do that here, take the engine out here. I need to do that in my garage, and I have a couple of other things in the garage that I need to do first. I need to do belts on the Ratarossa, and that's priority at the moment. So I'm going to put it back together, then we are going to see how that is, and then hopefully I can then move the car around a little bit. We'll move on to other areas such as bodywork on the project, and then when I've got space in the garage, we'll get the car in there and rip that V8 out. So we're going to start by putting the oil seal in, but we're going to need two hands for this, so let's see. So this is today's improvisation tool. I didn't have any long sockets with me, and I'm trying to push the oil seal in. So I had a little scout around, and the best thing I can find is the end of a vacuum cleaner, the hose attachment. Okay, now that happens to be absolutely perfect and complete right size to fit in there, and it's nice and soft, and so it's not going to damage anything. So I don't think I could have got a better tool if I bought one. Absolutely perfect. I'll clean it up when I finish. My sister will never know. So a quick update. We've put the oil seal in, we've put the circlip in that holds that in place, then we've put the little spring washer. I'm now just putting this outer bearing in place, and the great news is so far I've got absolutely no movement at all in that shaft, and that's not even with this bearing in the car. So all good so far. I know my inner bearing could have a bit of play, and it's all been taken up with this new outer bearing, but I am super happy that I have nothing side to side, no play in the shaft at all. So we're going to put that back on, put the pulley back on. We're going to use the updated nut from Superformance, so it saves having the 4-pin tool. It's just a straight hex nut on there. We're going to put that on, bolt it all back together. My cam timings come out slightly while I was putting the bearing in, so we'll adjust that up, and there you go. That is all in place, absolutely solid, zero play in that whatsoever. So I'm going to put the belt on, check all the timing, and see how that sounds when we turn it over by hand. Okay, so that's the belt on. I'm not 100% sure about the timing marks. It looks like it's come off very slightly, so I'm not going to rush it at this stage. I will quickly take that cam cover off, check our timing marks, and just align everything up again before I turn the engine over, bolt that pulley on down here. Everything is back on, belts are all good. Belt's back on here, everything's timed up, everything's torqued up, tensioners on. Covers off, turn the engine over a few times by hand. All our marks line up again, it all feels good. Check the marks on the front, marks on the end there, everything comes back timed up nicely, everything's torqued up correctly. It's all back in place, all the pipes are on, covers are on, I've triple checked everything, hopefully you've not missed anything. So it's time to fire it up, see what happens. Fingers crossed. Okay, so all good, fired up first time, no problems, no abnormal noises, sounds okay. I'm going to just put the airbox back on now, just put a few extra bits that I've taken off back on, let it idle, let it run, and just listen to it and observe everything that's happening for a few minutes. Sounds okay. Okay guys, verdict is in and it's all a big thumbs up. It's great, sounds perfect, it's idling lovely. There's a couple of little adjustments I need just to bring that idle up to the correct RPM. Checked everything, all good. I've let it idle for a long time, apart from a bit of excess oil that's burning off and causing a bit of smoke. That is caused by these. That is my cam cover gaskets. I've not replaced those because my cam cover's got that flaky black paint on them, so I want to take that off first before I waste a couple of gaskets. So I've got a little bit of oil leaking out, and obviously the stuff that came out of the car when we had those cam covers off. Other thing is I've got a bit of spark jumping on a couple of leads, and that will be due to these things. These are the extenders used on quite a few of the 80s cars, so 308s, Mondials, both of mine 308s have had to have at least one of these replaced over time. Mondial, same kind of thing, 3.2s, everything like that, use the same kind of system. These things go brittle and break, so I've got to replace a couple of those. Other than that, like I say, idling lovely. I've let it run for about 10 minutes. I've even revved it up a little bit and sounds sweet as a nut. So I'm going to keep checking a few things on it, topping up some fluids, and I'll be back in a bit. Sounds great, really good. Got a little bit of belt squeal from the alternator belt. That just needs tightening up. It's not adjusted at all. Just taking this relay out because it just clicked, so I need to look at why this is clicking. It's rather annoying, especially when you're videoing. Other than that, she sounds pretty damn awesome. Okay guys, so I have tested that one more time. I have put the engine under a lot more load this time, and it is sweet as a nut. Talking about nuts, the only thing that did happen when I was testing it was this thing came out the exhaust. So at some point a squirrel has been hiding his lunch in there. Anyway, that's all done. Next stage will be in the next episode, but thanks for persevering with me on this one. Obviously, if you've got any comments, any suggestions, if you think I'm mad, by all means write it down below in the comments box. But like I say, appreciate everyone's feedback, everyone's help with getting that to the stage I have done. Job wasn't actually too bad in the end. At some point the engine will come out, but my gut feel at the moment is like I say, there's no playing it. There is no noise. I have taken it way beyond where I've taken it before. Previously, when I was revving it, I could hear that gear and everything was moving there. Absolutely nothing at all now. I've got a slight squeal from the alternator belt, and that is because it's not tensioned up, because I need to put all the cam covers on, so I'm not worried about that. But other than that, really good, really happy with the result, and it really hasn't cost a lot of money at all to fix that. So I'm going to wrap it for today. Again, thank you for everything. Write your comments below, give me a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please click on that subscribe button, and for now I shall see you in the next episode shortly. See ya, ciao.